Welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is the location for today's race. The cars are out on the grid, so let's join the action down on the track. Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Mexican Grand Prix as we look upon the grid. I haven't yet to drive around this track, so I have no idea where it goes and what the speed to take some of these corners is, so it's going to be an adventure really as we go into the first lap, but we'll get the hang of it no doubt towards the end of the race. So this is going to be our race strategy today, obviously a one stop considering it's only a 25% race, pit around lap 7-8 onto the primes. So here we are in the Ferrari sitting on the grid. Lights out, away we go, and we've got a lot of wheel spin off of the start there, and now a pretty clean start, no contact so far. It's a long run down to turn 1, isn't it? Wow. And we're being mugged off here. We've lost two we've broken really early into turn 1, and obviously I have no references. I don't know where this track goes or where the corners are and where to brake, so it's going to be pretty much a big adventure as we're now on the back of Ricciardo going to the outside it down towards this corner, and Ricciardo's come back on the brakes, and we seem to be very early on the brakes there as we get a kick of oversteer, trying to get a switchback now on the Red Bull, and now through this double apex right-hander it looks like a little bit of a kick of oversteer, and now into the faster part of the track, 4th gear through this corner, upshift to 5th, and Ricciardo's a lot. We could have taken that flat out if Ricciardo wasn't there, I think. And now we've got a much better run out of there, and we've cut across Ricciardo so that he doesn't have any ideas into the stadium section. And this is a very tight left-hander, 2nd gear, very slow. Bit of a kick of oversteers, we exit that bit, and now under the bridge, and I believe this is the pit straight. Yes, it is. Rosberg setting the fastest lap on the first lap, which is new for this game, and now we're in the slipstream of Max Verstappen on the run down to turn 1. We've got a lot of straight to use, and the slipstream helps us breeze past the Toro Rosso driver, and now we can move back onto the racing line and brake into turn 1, and we actually nailed that braking point, just cut the corner slightly. And now later on that lap 2 we're on the back of Raikkonen, who's on the back of the 2 Williams cars, battling for the podium places as we get a massive kick of oversteer and we're spun, and that's really going to drop us back through the field, I think. Well, we've lost 2 places, and are we going to lose any more Kvyats? Not going around the outside there for some reason, as Maldonado's trying to capitalise on that, and now there's this long giant straight. Maldonado's coming on us, we try to go defensive but he goes down for the gap on the inside. Good to see good racing from the AI. Maldonado's still there on the apex, but we've got the inside for this next chicane, but we've run wide on the exit, so is Maldonado going to get another run on us down into the next chicane? He's in the slipstream, we go defensive just to cover off all the bases, and into the left-hander we go. A little bit of compromised line there, but we've kept 8th place, so now we've got Ricciardo and Verstappen in front of us, and Ricciardo's past Verstappen. Now we're on the back of Verstappen at the end of lap 4, and now DRS is obviously being enabled as we get a trophy, and now in the slipstream of the Toro Rosso with DRS it's pretty easy considering that Verstappen's got a Renault engine and we're obviously in the Ferrari, and Verstappen goes a little bit wide on the outside of the track, but now we're right behind Ricciardo, so can we make a double overtake with the double DRS that we've got here? We've got it from being within a second of Verstappen, and now we're in the slipstream of Ricciardo. Have a look down the inside, but we make nothing of it as we lose the back end under the brakes there. And that's also another thing I like about this game, is we have a look at Ricciardo. No, we brake early. So that's another thing I like about this game, oversteer on the brakes, which is actually more realistic. This game is very fun to drive in the cars. You get kicks of oversteer, and we almost cream into the back of Ricciardo there as he's going. The AI seems to be a lot slower through that fast section there. So now we're in the slipstream of Ricciardo, down the inside, heading into this right-hander into the stadium section, but we've run wide, and that's going to give Ricciardo the chance to get back past, and he is back past. So now we've lost that 6th place, but we are going to have the DRS down the main straight as we get another kick of oversteer. We're really struggling with the back end here with this default setup. I'm not running the setup because I don't know what setup would suit this track. But anyway, across the line we go to start lap 6, up to 8th gear on the run down to turn 1. We look to be quite far back, but the Ferrari engine with its more horsepower is actually quite easy down into the first corner, and that is us up into 6th place. And next up is our teammate Kimi Räikkönen. So we're gonna have to think about pitting soon as well. That will be on the cards. I believe the pit window opens this lap 7, as we've now caught up to the back of Raikkonen, who still hasn't got past the 2 Williams. And now we're in the slipstream of Raikkonen. Raikkonen defends and has a look at Bottas instead, and we cannot get past him into this stadium section. And are these guys going to pit this lap? If Raikkonen pits this lap, we're going to have to stay out for another lap, otherwise we're going to lose a lot of time. And yeah, both Williams are in, and Raikkonen follows them as well. So that's going to keep it on the track. So there we go. Okay, so we just lost good few, 4 seconds in that last sector because of that half spin there. So that's going to cost us. We do have a free token of DRS to use though, so this is going to be have to be a pretty stellar in lap as we come into the pits now. Still fighting oversteer on the way into the pits in 4th gear. So yeah, the talk of these engines really proving to be difficult to manage. But now here we are into the pit box. The pit stop's a lot quicker this year, which I'm quite happy about on this game. 2.4, and we get the full pit lane time as well, which is a pretty good feature. And 20-second pit stop dead, and out back on the track, and we rejoin in 6th place. So we've not really lost anything. But where has Bottas gone? I think that's Raikkonen in front, battling Massa, and Raikkonen has got ahead of Massa now. So that's job done for Kimi. So where's Bottas, I wonder? Unless he's dropped back in that pit stop phase, because he was behind Massa going into the pit, so he probably got held up. But makes me wonder who's in 3rd. So now lap 9, we are on the back of Massa, who's not dropped away from Raikkonen. So 4th place is on the cards, and through this apex get a bit of a kick of oversteer. We're right behind Massa as we almost lose it again out of that corner. Really struggling for traction out of that corner. Now down into turn 1. Here we go again, out of the slipstream of the Williams, and another easy move down into turn 1. DRS seeming to be very overpowered coming down into this corner. It's better on this straight because it's less overpowered, but now through the chicane we're almost right on the back of Raikkonen, definitely within a second, as we get another token of DRS, which helps us close up even more against our teammate. So we have a look into this chicane, but we can't make anything of it. Try to get a much better line. We've got a good run, but almost run into the back of Raikkonen, so we had to back out there. And I've just forgotten to turn there as we lose the back end now on the exit of that really slow, tight section. And then the track widens up, it opens up and gets much faster. This part of the track is a really nice part to drive, guys, on this game. And now we've got a slingshot run on Raikkonen, but we can't do anything with it because he gets in the way. And have a look down the inside, see if he makes a mistake, but no, he doesn't. And are we going to have a look up the inside? Yes, we do, into the tight left-hander. And we give Raikkonen room, but he doesn't take it. We just shut the door in the end, and now that's up into P4, and Hulkenberg is pitting, I think. So now that will be up into P3, but I think Raikkonen might have the DRS into turn 1 here, and I would say he does, because there's no way he's getting that much straight line speed. And I think the DRS is open on our teammate. Yeah, it is, and he is easily past us into turn 1 in the end. And I think we might have been a bit later on the brakes there. And now we're trying to set ourselves up for a better run out of this chicane to try and get the run. Even though he has the DRS, we could probably try get the run into the chicane. We have a look down the inside, but it's not worth going down there on the brakes for P3 yet, and probably pull those antics off in the last lap or something if we don't get past. And we've been stuck behind him for another lap as we have another look out into that corner, and we can't make anything of it because it's too short of a run. And now on the exit, still struggling out of that corner to get the power down. And now through this corner, this section, and we almost run into the back of Raikkonen again. and he's really holding us up here, so it's costing us any chance to get the 2 Mercedes. But now we've got a much better run out of that corner that time, and now down the inside. Can we get it stopped? No, we can't. We've gone off the track, and Raikkonen, where is he? He's on the outside still. We've gone wide again, and Raikkonen is through, is he? No, he isn't. We tried to let him through to get the DRS, but we've run wide on the exit of that last corner, and now that's going to give him the switchback and the DRS on the run down to turn 1. And look how close we are. The 2 teammates heading down into turn 1. Raikkonen versus myself as Sebastian Vettel. Raikkonen now goes defensive into turn 1, puts it in the middle of the track so that we don't get any ideas into turn 1, and Raikkonen's covered us off. But we've run into the back of him, and that's cost us time there, and we almost lose the place to Massa as we get a warning for that incident. So later on now on lap 15, we've caught up to the back of our teammate. We've got so much more speed. He's just doing a very good job in putting the car in where he needs it, as we're just checking our fuel there so that we can run in rich mix towards the end of the race. But with the DRS down into turn 1, we haven't really gotten any more closer. It's the braking zone where we've got more closer, and now this should be our prime opportunity. We've got the DRS, we've got a good run out of that corner as well. We're going to dummy down the outside and go to the inside down into this left-hander, and he's slightly later on the brakes. We lose the car, but he's given us the position, so that's now us up into 3rd place. We've pulled away now later on lap 16. But we've run slightly wide and we're spun. Where's Raikkonen? That might cost us 3rd place here. We've just about kept it. There he is. There's Raikkonen. So I hope he didn't get the DRS, otherwise he could well have us into turn 1. It doesn't look like he's got DRS, but he's flown past us anyway, and he's just absolutely breezed past us on this straight. And that's insane. I'm in rich mix as well, as we're now checking the fuel target again, and I think we're good to the end, because 5 kilos is about 3 laps of fuel. So now we've slightly tagged Raikkonen. We're going to lift off so that we don't gain an advantage, and yeah, that's actually really cost us 3rd place. So can we get him into the next couple? Well, we've got 2 sectors to get this 3rd place back. We've got no threat from Massa behind. He's like 4 seconds behind at the moment, and we have a look down the inside again to try to distract the world champion from 2007 and our teammates. So now into the part of the track that we are more quicker than any of the AI, it seems, and now trying to get a good run. We're going to have a look around the outside. We can't get anywhere close enough, and now this is going to be the most crucial part in the slipstream down into the right hander of the stadium section. The checkered flag is out for one of the Mercedes. Nico Rosberg wins the race. Can we get him down the inside into this corner? And that's a dive bomb, and we run him wide. Going to park it on this apex so that he doesn't get a better run out of the corner. A little bit defensive into the last turn, and we've run a little bit wide, so it might not be over. Where's Kimi? And he's very close to us, but that's across the line, and we have got 3rd place in our first race in Mexico. So there we are, 3rd place on the podium. Rosberg wins, Hamilton 2nd, and myself is Sebastian Vettel in 3rd. There's our Ferrari team. Thank you all very much for watching. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe and click the like button below if you liked the video. And until the next time, guys, goodbye.